What up, world? It's Eternal Authenticity, broadcasting live. The one and only Sky Blackwell, Eternal Authenticity. Broadcasting live. Eternal Authenticity, Sky Blackwell, broadcasting live. And I'm out here, I'm in the sun, in the nature time. I'm getting the sun rays, I'm charging up. I'm charging up, getting the sunshine. Click the like button if you love sunbathing. Click the like button, like this video if you love sunbathing or sun gazing or just meditation, nature time. I love hearing the birds. The birds are just singing songs and it's just quiet, it's peaceful and, there's no clouds in the sky. It's like 100 degrees out here and my message is about healing. My message is about healing. We got to be able to consistently make steps in the right direction of healing, and especially when it's sunny like this, you can't be saying, oh, like it's too hot, or I don't like the sunshine, or it's too hot, or I don't have time for it, all these excuses. It's not good. The sun is actually medicine. The sun is actually healthy for us. We need to be out in the sun a lot. Natural people, carbon-based people, natural people. It's good for us to be in the sun, whoever you are, whoever you think you are. The sun is natural medicine for us, and you gotta make sure you heal every day. You can't be caught up in your bedroom. You can't be caught up in your bedroom all day. You can't be caught up in the air conditioning, inside, watching TV all day. Like, you're not gonna grow, you're not gonna heal, you're not gonna fully evolve when you're always stuck indoors. Doesn't mean you have to be outside all the time, but make sure you're outside often, and especially on days when it's super sunny, make sure you get outside, enjoy that sunshine. That's how you give thanks to the Creator. That's how you heal your body, is by getting into the sun. Like, our bodies recharge from the sun. All life benefits from the sun. The sun is the giver of life. You know what I'm saying? So, like, without the sun, we wouldn't be here. Without the sun, none of the plants or fruits or nature or animals or, nothing will be here. Nothing will be happy. Nobody would be happy if there's no sun, and there will be no life if there was no sun. No life. No sun, no life. No sun, no happiness. No sun, no growth. So my message is spend time out in that sunshine. Get that sweat in, meditate, relax. Relax. That's what I like to do. That's what I'm out here doing. I'm meditating, relaxing, getting that sweat in. I'm already outside a lot, but especially days when I have even more free time, I'm making sure I'm having my shirt off, and I'm getting all the beautiful sunshine on my body, all over my body. But yeah, the sunshine is great for us. So just a message, whoever you are, get your daily dose of sunshine. Anybody can be in the sunshine, just get out into it and feel the warmth of the sun. Be happier, push yourself, what I'm saying? Get that sweat in, get a little exercise in, what I'm saying? Get a workout in, and you will feel better. You will feel better. I promise you. The sunshine helps with your mood. Like, if you're depressed, if you have depression, if you have anxiety, worries, stress, panic, nervousness, panic attacks, anxiety, stresses, depression. Honestly, just by coming outside and just being out here, with the trees, with the birds, with the ladybugs, with the butterflies, it's very relaxing. Sky Blackwell, Eternal Authenticity. I love doing this consistently, and this is life. I don't care what people think. I don't care about people's opinions, because this is who I am. This is my way of life. I love nature time. I love spending time in nature. I love sunbathing. I love sun gazing. I love sun gazing. I love sunbathing. I love sunbathing. I love sun gazing. I love time. I love spending quality time in nature, with the plants, with the trees, with the birds, with the bees. Yes, so heal, quiet the mind. This is how we calm our mind down. Also, instead of just being in the cyber world, the cyber web, on the computer, on the tablet, on the phone, on television, at work, whatever, indoors. Instead, I'm out here and I feel way more healthier. I feel way more relaxed. I feel way more at peace, because I'm free. I'm free. I'm recharging myself. I'm relaxing. I'm calm. You know what I mean? I'm being nurtured by nature. I'm being nurtured by nature. That's what nature does to us. It nurtures us. God, Mother Earth, the creator, the plants, the animals. That's who we are. We're children of God. We're children of the sun. Everybody loves nature. You know what I'm saying? People remember that as they go on and they get back into nature. But whoever you are, nature is awesome. To the beach, going hiking in the mountains, volcanoes, waterfalls, rivers, all the different stuff out there, everything out there, the hills, the valleys, the canyons, the flatland, everything, all the different types of animals and plants, but yeah, give thanks to God. When you just spend that quality time of just unplugging from the matrix, it's important. We need to unplug. We cannot be overstimulated. We can't be overstimulated. Sky Blackwell, Eternal Authenticity. We can't be overstimulated in this world. A lot of people have a lot of stuff on their mind. A lot of stuff is crammed into their mind. People have a lot of worries, a lot of stresses, a lot of anxieties, but when you just take that quality time to meditate and relax and be at peace in nature, you help out yourself, you help out the environment by becoming more peaceful. And you see all the birds flying around having fun, just like when we were children and we went to summer camps, different summer camps, and we're outdoors a lot, doing different activities, sports or whatever, recreational sports, recreational rec center camps or whatever, stuff like that. And we're feeling so happy and fun and free because we're free for the summer. We're a child, we don't have no worries, and that's how it's supposed to be. We're supposed to always be feeling happy, with something to look forward to in a positive, healthy way, so that's what nature helps do. Nature helps to rekindle the inner child. Ooh, quote Sky Blackwell, Eternal Authenticity. I just thought that right now. Nature helps to rekindle the inner child within us. We have to be youthful to live a happier life, So when you're outside, you want to play, you want to have fun, you want to relax. When you're at the beach, you want to be free. You think about your family, you think about positive, sweet, happy moments with your mom, with your dad, with your siblings, with your pets, with your grandma, your grandpa, your relatives, your aunties, uncles, whatever, you your love, you just feel more happy, and you remind yourself that nature is home. Nature is home. This is the truth. Like, especially when you get old and old and old, way older, when you way up in age, you're really gonna understand, I guess, but I can see it now at an early age, that nature is home. Because when I'm older, I'm still gonna be having fun, being relaxed and healthy. I'm not gonna be stressing out. When I'm older, I'm not gonna be in no concrete jungle. When I'm in my 80s and 90s, I'm not gonna be stressing out about a job. I'm not gonna be stressing out in a retirement home. I'm not gonna be in a retirement home. I'm not gonna be chasing a check. I'm not gonna be stressing. I'm not stressing now. So my point is like, nature is home, and like, you really feel that, because it's like, you see, heaven is on earth. Heaven is a paradise of mind, a state of mind. I'm living in a heaven paradise every day, on earth. I'm living this incarnation, and I'm living every incarnation after this forever. I'm living in paradise. I'm living in heaven. My world is heaven. So like, nature shows us that, yeah, this is paradise. This is not something to take for granted. Nature is something to appreciate. You got to remove yourself from being indoors all day. You got to leave your bedroom. You got to leave being inside an office or inside a job or indoors all day shopping or whatever. Like, when you exit that and you come outside, you're like, wow, like, nature is home. What have I been doing? This is where I'm going to rest at. Your soul, your body, we're connected to earth, we're connected to the sun, we're connected to the stars, so like, you gotta detach from all that artificial stuff, the other stuff, the concrete jungle, the matrix, the technologies, man-made stuff. You know what I mean? You gotta be able to detach from all that man-made noise and nonsense. Because when you're in nature, you remember who you are. You remember your past lives. You feel closer and connected to God. How can you be connected to Source, to the Creator, when you're constantly being overstimulated, when you're constantly being stressed out and, full of anxiety because of your phone? You're on social media, you're scrolling, you're on your phone, social media scrolling, you're on television, you're playing video games. All this stuff is stimulating you, and it's giving you radiation, giving you bad radiation, harmful radiation, and you're just staying stuck, trapped in a cage, trapped in a box, But when you come outside, you're out of the box. You know what I'm saying? I'm out of the box, like, real talk. Like, so that's what I'm saying. As you get older, you have to still do things to keep your inner child alive. This is real talk. When we're younger, yeah, we have our parents, friends, school, coaches and whatnot encouraging us to be active, to get outside. But as you get older, let's say you go to college, you graduate or whatever, you get into work, and people go their separate ways. You have to be able to push yourself and remind yourself, to stay alive, stay alive, stay awake, you know, and keep your inner child alive. Come outside, you know, be in the sunshine, you know, because when you're indoors, that's going to contribute to your depression, your unhappiness. I can speak on this because I've experienced changes, you know, from a long time ago, maybe when sometimes I was inside more than I would always want to come outside. I mean, I always loved playing sports outside, basketball, football, tennis, you know, running and bicycles, you know, volleyball, all that. I love all that. And I always feel happy when I come outside. But I notice, you know, technology is not all bad. It's a cool tool. But like if you get too consumed by technology, your phone, social media, television, computer, tablet, whatever, it starts draining your energy. The social media, the technology, the phones and all that stuff, it starts draining your energy, your job, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It starts sucking your energy. And then, you know, it's like you're not as youthful. You're not as happy. You know what I mean? So when you focus on just being a better human, being more connected to God, focus on your real life purpose, not just stunting on social media, not just flexing, you know, posing, you know what I mean, on social media, on the gram. No, but when you're actually doing the real work, this is the ultimate reward, paradise God has for us, you know, to enjoy nature, to enjoy good health and nature. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm doing. You know what I mean? The dragonflies are out here, all the dragonflies, you know, so like, it's good. You know what I mean? Nature gets us to humble ourselves. You know what I mean? A lot of people, y'all all big and bad online. You're all big and bad behind your Mercedes. You're all big and bad, you know, behind a filter on social media, on Instagram. You're big and bad behind a follower count. You know what I mean? But in real life, you're lame. You're whack. You're a loser in real life. You know, because out here in nature, the vibrations, the frequencies, it's of high frequencies, it's of peaceful energy. I'm embodying peaceful energy. I'm vibrating on the highest frequency. Sky Blackwell, eternal authenticity. That's why I'm always constantly showing up, producing inspiring YouTube videos every day. You know, I'm always going to keep showing up, succeeding on YouTube for the next 70 plus years and beyond, you know. And nature helps to fuel our success. Nature helps us to elevate our mood, you know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of distractions. That's my point. There's a lot of distractions out there. So you can really ground yourself out in nature. You can really feel young again. You can feel young again in nature. You know, there's always noises, sirens, police, ambulances, fire trucks, leaf blowers, lawn mowers, trash trucks, trains, helicopters, planes, people fooling around in the parking lot, you know, people acting a fool, people drinking, you know, people in drama, you know what I'm saying? People being insane, you know, a lot of noise, you know, a lot of disharmony in the world. But at least find a way to come out into nature, because like that will help you out. Life ain't perfect, I know. Life's not always fun. It's not always happy 24/7 every second, you know. But at least if you spend that quality time in nature, like me, I'm feeling great. I'm like, wow, I feel more at peace. I spent this quality time, you know, getting this sunshine on my body. You know, I spent this quality time sharing good energy with the world. You know, I could have just been keeping all this good energy to myself. But no, I'm a giver. Just like the sunshine, I'm a giver. I'm giving life. I'm giving inspiration. I'm giving positivity to the world. I'm giving leadership. I'm giving wisdom to the world. I'm giving knowledge and valuable service to the world, you know, and I'm encouraging people, enjoy nature. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy nature. The dragonflies are all out here circling around me. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have to remember nature is home. All those years, everybody's going to school, college, grade school, middle school, high school, and then you're going to, these different activities and groups and all this stuff, all this television, all this programming, brainwashing for many years, for food, for all types of stuff. And it has people lost. It has people out of touch with reality. It has people disconnected from who they really are. I'm in alignment with the Most High. I'm literally in alignment with God. I am literally in divine alignment with God, the Most High, every day, forever, because I've been consistently doing the work for so long, for so many years. And now I'm reaping the benefits. I'm reaping the rewards. I'm grateful. Thank you for all the support. Thank you for all the help. Thank you for everybody that's listening. Thank you, Authentic Squad, Authentic Tribe. Thank you for investing into me, Sky Blackwell, Eternal Authenticity. I'm happy I'm sharing this warm, sunny, happy energy with the world. You know what I'm saying? I'm helping people to get outside. You know what I'm saying? I'm helping people to get outside because I know some people are in some dark, cold, sick, gloomy places, but hey, you don't have to stay there. When it's a sunny day like this, you got to give thanks and be happy. Go for a walk with the dog, play frisbee, go roller skating. You know what I'm saying? I got different ideas. I'm a wizard. I'm a genius. I'm a wizard. I'm a producer. I'm the greatest. Hey, Sky Blackwell, I am the greatest of all time. I am the greatest of all time because I'm a true free spirit wizard. There's a lot of pawns on the chessboard. There's a lot of, drones and lower frequency artists and frauds out there. Many people, they're jealous. Many people, they lack passion. Many people, they lack authenticity. They lack individuality. They don't really have that heart. They don't really have that drive to go to the next level, but it's all right. I'm happy to be at the top forever, because I know everybody can't make it. Everybody can't go, and there's only one me. There's only one of you. I'm one of a kind. I'm in a league of my own, so I'm gonna let this plane fly over. Stand calm. I'm gonna conclude on this positive note. I'm one of a kind. I'm a unique creation, and nature helps us to recognize that we are unique creations. All these blades of grass, all these plants and leaves and trees and insects, they're all unique. There is not one exact replica or duplicate or same copy, exactly out there. That only happens when people artificially do that stuff. They start modifying stuff. They start cloning and replicating all this stuff in a man-made artificial way, but the truth is, we are unique creations. So when you're out in nature, you spend that time alone, loving yourself, connecting with God, connecting with the higher power, meditation, prayer. You're able to love yourself and accept yourself and recognize, nobody else is you. Nobody else is me. Nobody else can have my life because nobody else is me. I'm a unique soul. I'm a unique spirit. You can't be me, and I'm not going to be you. You know what I'm saying? So, we're not the same. So when you spend time in nature, you get to go within and hear yourself and be like, hey, who am I? Who am I? And you discover yourself, you rediscover yourself, you hear yourself, and you get closer to yourself and closer to God. So thank you for listening. I'm wrapping up the message now. Thank you. Y'all stay blessed. Take care. Connect with me on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram to schedule a one-on-one nutrition and wellness detox consultation session. I will help you to heal, detox, and elevate at Eternal Authenticity. Sky Blackwell at Eternal Authenticity. Message me to order sea moss, alkaline herbal tea, and for my ebooks, to order my ebooks about my plant-based recipes, my ebooks about all the benefits of the detox herbs, herbal teas, benefits, wisdom, knowledge, information. Connect with me. Find a way to reach out to me. Send me some good vibes. I will send you some good love, good positive energy, family. At Eternal Authenticity, Sky Blackwell on Instagram. Thank you. Click the like button if you love sunshine. Click the like button if you love healing. Like this video if you love God. And y'all stay blessed. Take care. Much love. It's Eternal Authenticity, broadcasting live. Peace.